Hey, super learners. We are going to continue with our Animals in Winter story today. I'm super excited about this one. It kind of gives us an idea about what multiple animals do in the winter to survive. And this name or title of the book is A Warm Winter Tale. And it is written, the author is Carrie A. Pearson, and the illustrator, the pictures are drawn by Christina Wald. I know, Christina is my first name too. So let's find out about what different animals do in winter in A Warm Winter Tale. It's talking tail like tail on the back of your body, not like a tale like a story. How do humans keep warm in the winter, Mama? Do they wrap their tails tight round their bodies just right as heaters to chase out the chill? I'm gonna zoom in on the picture. Is that what we do? No fur tail for draping, for covering and caping. Their blankets are cotton and wool. So what I'm gonna do is on each page, I'm gonna ask you what kind of animal you think it might be. And I'm also gonna show you what the animal thinks humans do during the winter. So what kind of animal are these? Yep, these are foxes, specifically red foxes. How do humans keep warm in the winter? Do they dig in the mud, their skin covered with crud, till sunshine warms up their thick shells? No mud soak that's oozing, no crud cloak for snoozing. Their mud baths must wait until spring. All right, so what kind of animal are we talking about now? Turtles. So, and it tells us right here what they do in winter. So for them, they dig in the mud and they get all muddy all over, and then they wait for the sunshine to kind of like melt them out. So do you think they are hibernators, migrators, or adapters? What do you think? Okay, let's find out. How do humans keep warm in the winter, Mama? Do they fluff up their feathers, whatever the weather, and shiver to make their own heat? No feathers for fluffing, no down coats for puffing. Their bodies are covered with clothes. So what kind of animal are we talking about on this page? Right, a type of bird. And we know, or we have maybe learned, I think, that not all birds migrate. Some of them stick around and they adapt, but a majority or a lot of birds migrate. And remember, that's when they move from one place to another. And there's a picture of the human shivering. How do humans keep warm in the winter, Mama? Do they eat till they're plump, go to sleep in a lump, and wait for spring breezes to come? No snoring and wheezing while cold winds are teasing. In winter, they're active all day. So what kind of animal? Yep, and we know that bears are hibernators. And here's a picture of the human baby bear, the cub, is asking if the humans eat all day, eat, and then go to sleep in a lump like they do. Pages are stuck together. How do humans keep warm in the winter, Mama? Do they grow hollow hair so their coats that they wear trap the heat from their bodies for warmth? No hair coats for warming when winter is storming. Their jackets have zippers and snaps. So similar to polar bears, like we heard in our other story, deer have hollow hair. Remember, hollow means like that empty in the middle. Think of like a straw. And that way the heat gets caught in the middle and it keeps them all nice and warm. Look at the human. So we have deer on this page. Ooh, this is going to answer one of our questions that we've been dying to know. How do humans stay warm in the winter? Do they live in a bunch, taking turns for their lunch, with queen staying warm at the core? No queen in the center where no one can enter. Those humans don't live in a swarm. All right, what kind of animals? Okay, you're right, not animal, you're right. What kind of insect are these? Bees. So I'm going to read this again and let's see if you can predict if if bees are hibernators, migrators, or adapters. Let's find out. I'm going to read it one more time. Do they live in a bunch, taking turns for their lunch, with queen staying warm at the core? No queen in the center where no one can enter. Those humans don't live in a swarm. All right, think about at the end of the story, I'm going to ask you if you think bees are hibernators, migrators, or adapters. Think about it. Oh, so yeah, there is a queen bee. She's like the boss lady in charge in the hive, in the swarm. But we in America don't have a queen. In England, they have a queen. It's kind of cool. How do humans keep warm in the winter, Mama? Do they squeeze in a loft and drays full and soft to share heat from their bodies with friends? No nuzzling in tree nests with room for a new guest. They can't climb up a frostbitten branch. All right, what kind of animal? Squirrels. All right, and it sounds like, I'm going to read that again and see if we can figure it out. Do they squeeze in a loft and drays full and soft to share heat from their bodies with friends? No nuzzling in tree nests with room for a new guest. They can't climb up a frostbitten branch. Keep thinking. Oh, we learned about this one. How do humans stay warm in the winter? Is the sun their bright guide as their wings fly and glide to trees where it's warm all year long? No flying on strong wings to flee what those winds bring. They wish for the ice and snow. Yes, many humans do wish for snow, unless you live up north and you're like, snow, it happens all the time. But down here where we live in the South, we're always hoping to see some snow. Let's see, some of us are hoping to see some snow. I just like snow days where I can stay home and cuddle with my Kevin and drink hot chocolate. Sometimes I'll go outside and play in the snow. All right, so who remembers what do this insect do? What kind of insect is it, first of all? Butterfly. It's a very special type of butterfly. It's a monarch butterfly. And monarch butterflies are hibernators, migrators, or adapters. What do you think? We already knew because we heard from another story. These are migrators. They move, remember from the other story, from Canada all the way down to Mexico. How do humans keep warm in the winter, Mama? Do they skitter below through long tunnels of snow to hide from the wind and the cold? No quick toes through snow. They move much too slow, and their boots are too big for that trail. What kind of animals do we have here now? Different kind of mouse. They look different from the one before. Let's see. See if I can find the other mouse. Did we see another mouse? Maybe I'm just dreaming. So now I got to go back and look. There, deer, bee, squirrel. No, I guess I was thinking of squirrel. Never mind. So we have mice now. Oh, Mrs. A. Silly Mrs. A. Oh, it's like they have to go to in the tunnel. Is that what we do? Do we go in a tunnel to watch TV and hang out? No. Ooh, I think we already learned this one. How do humans stay warm in the winter? Do their body parts freeze, hidden under some leaves, while winter goes on up above? No body that's frozen. That's not how they've chosen to spend their long winters outside. Do you remember what frogs do? Yep, it tells you. Do their body parts freeze? So similar to the turtles, they might kind of bury themselves in some mud and then they literally freeze during the winter. That's their state of hibernation. And then once the spring comes in, unfreeze, thaw out, and wake up and go. It's kind of cool. And look, hopefully nobody is doing this one. That would not be comfortable, I'm pretty sure. How do humans stay warm in the winter, Mama? Do they soar low in the sky all alone while they fly many miles to a Mexican home? No flying through skies, no saying goodbyes. Their arms are not made for that trip. Does anybody know what kind of bird this is? It's a hummingbird. Now, we said earlier that a lot of birds migrate, but not all of them migrate. So I'm going to read this page again, and you tell me if this type of bird, hummingbird, yes, it migrates, it moves from one place to another, or no, it does not migrate. Do they soar low in the sky, all alone while they fly many miles to a Mexican home? Are they migrators or not migrators? They are migrators. Very good. Many miles to a Mexican home. So they're the ones that travel. They migrate just like the monarch butterflies migrate to Mexico. Now, humans, we can get on a plane and go to Mexico. Maybe one day I'll go. How do animals stay warm in the winter, Mama? Do they bundle in clothes, wrapping scarves around their nose, and pull on their boots and their gloves? What's changed on this page? We're not talking about animals asking about humans. We're talking about humans asking about animals now. No covering with clothes, no buttons or bows. Their bodies know how to stay warm. Ooh, and this page, if you use your super good looking eyes, this page may have a couple of the animals from our story that may help you figure out if they are hibernators, migrators, or adapters. Take a look. Okay, so like we said, some birds migrate and some do not. So these birds are not migrating, they are adapting. What kind of animals are these? Deer. So if they're out and about in the winter, what do you think that they are? Hibernators, migrators, or adapters? All right, if they're moving around, they're adapters. Oh, and there's one more, excuse me, one more little animal. Pardon me, I just got so choked up about the animals. Oh, they're so cute. One more animal up there. Can you see it? The red fox. So what do foxes do you think? If they're out and about? Adapters. Good. Very good. Ooh. There is this one last page. I am going to read through it. It's all mostly words, not a whole lot of pictures except for a couple little things. But I do want to read it for some more information for us to find out. It says animals and winter adaptation fun facts. Living things adapt to seasonal changes in different ways. Animals have adaptations to help them survive hot weather in the summer and cold weather in the winter. Even humans adapt to seasonal changes. These adaptations can be changes in their bodies, so like physical, something on the outside changes, or they can be changes in things that the animals do, so like their behaviors, how they're acting Animals raised by a parent or parents learn some behaviors. So I'm going to pause there. If you think back to Stella Luna, our mammal bat, our flying friend, she and her mama got separated. And she fell into the nest, and she was learning the ways that the birds did. And then when she met the other bats, they were like, "What are you doing?" She's like, "What do you mean? This is what birds do." And they're like, "You're not a bird, you're a bat, Stella Luna." So then she had to learn the ways of the bat. So had she been with her mama the whole time, she would have been doing the bat stuff. Other animals never know their parents and survive purely on instinct. That's when inside their bodies, they just know what to do. Can you tell which animals in the story could learn from their parents, like say mama, and which could not? So let's go back and look at that real quick. So some of them have parents that they learn from, and some of them just have that instinct. They know inside what they're supposed to be doing. I'm going to read the first sentence. How do humans keep warm in the winter, mama? So this is a mama page. How do humans keep warm in the winter? No mama page, so that's instinct. They just know what to do. How do humans keep warm in the winter, mama? How do humans keep warm in the winter, mama? How do humans keep warm in the winter, mama? How do humans stay warm in the winter? No mama here. There is the queen, but that's a little different. How do humans keep warm in the winter, mama? How do humans stay warm in the winter? How do humans keep warm in the winter, mama? How do humans stay warm in the winter? How do humans stay warm in the winter, mama? How do animals stay warm in the winter, mama? Very cool. So some animals, they learn their behaviors from their grown-ups, and then others, it's just instinct. They just know what they're supposed to do. Many animals move to a different location. What's that mean? What's that word? Migrate when the weather starts to get cold. They are following not only warmer weather and seeking shelter, but also are often following food sources. Birds are the most obvious migrators to most of us because they're so visible, flying in huge flocks along bird flyways that run north to south. But as we mentioned, not all birds migrate. Some stay through cold weather if there are enough food sources. Some birds that don't migrate include cardinals, crows, sparrows, black-capped chickadees, which is the bird that we saw in the first page or second page, towards the beginning. Hawks and starlings. A few mammals like whales and insects like the monarch butterflies, they migrate. Even some grandparents, like your human grandparents, migrate by spending the winter in warmer climates and coming back in the spring as the weather warms and the snow melts. Other animals go to sleep for long periods during the winter. What's that called? Hibernation. So hibernation is for mammals. Brumation, say brumation, is what the reptiles do. So like the turtles and other animals that we've heard in our story. These animals slow their systems down so they don't need as much energy. Their hearts beat slower. They don't breathe as often, and sometimes their body temperatures even drop.
Good morning,
Oh,
teacher.
hello, friends. Mrs. Fado just wanted to say good morning. These animals spend the whole winter like this. Some animals might go to sleep for several weeks. It's called dormancy, but then wake up to go to the bathroom or get something to eat before going back to sleep again. So those animals are not those true hibernators. True hibernators are the ones that are out for the whole winter. All right. Animals need food for energy. Even animals that hibernate, brumate, or go dormant still need enough energy for their bodies to get oxygen and for their hearts to pump blood. Migrators need enough energy to fly, swim, or walk to where they are going. Animals that stay through the cold weather need enough energy to keep warm and to be able to get food. Many animals eat enough food to build up a layer of fat before winter arrives. Their bodies burn this fat for energy when there's no other food. Bears going into hibernation will be fat, but wake up thinner. After all, they haven't eaten anything for months. Migrating animals may eat little or no food as they travel. And then some of this other stuff is about just kind of humans and what we do and how we stay warm in the winter as well. So I hope you enjoyed a warm winter tale. I learned a lot of cool information from this story, and I hope you did too. And I will see you later. Toodaloo.